Hello Puppet fans! And welcome to this lecture. In this lab we will create a T2 extra large EC2 instance for Puppet Master server installation. To create a EC2 instance, log into your AWS console and click on Launch Instance. Step 1. Choose an Amazon Machine Image, AMI. Here I will choose a Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.6, HVM, SSD volume type image ID. Next, Step 2, choose an instance type. For a Puppet Master, a hardware requirement is at a minimum, your Puppet Master server should have 2 processor cores and at least 1 GB of RAM. And to comfortably serve at least 1000 nodes, it should have 2 to 4 processor cores and at least 4 GB of RAM. So for a smooth installation and replica setup I will choose a T2 extra large instance. Alright, got to next step. Step 3. Configure instance details. Here specify the options as number of instances, network select or create new VPC, subnet select or create new subnet. Auto assign public IP, placement group, add instance to placement group. Capacity reservation, IAM role select or create a new role, shutdown behavior, enable termination protection, monitoring to enable CloudWatch detailed monitoring. Tenancy, elastic inference, T2/T3 unlimited and advanced user data, so here I will choose the default values. Next go to step 4 to add storage. For Puppet Master installation and based on the lab requirement 20 GB would be enough to start, so select 20 GB CBS General Purpose, SSD. Next step is step 5 to add tags. Here give a name to your EC2 instance. Next step is step 6 to configure security group. You can create a new security group or can select an existing security group. Make sure your IP is allowed for Puppet installation. Here I will allow SSH for all as we are just doing the lab. But for you just make sure ports are not open for the world to access. Next and final step is step 7 to review instance launch. So review all your settings and click on Launch button to deploy the EC2 instance. You can access your Linux EC2 instance with SSH key pair, so select the option for an existing key pair, or if you don't have the key pair, create one. Next click on Launch Instance and wait for the deploy to complete. You can also view the launch log. Okay, so go to your EC2 instance page and check if EC2 has been deployed or not. Alright, the instance is in initialization phase, so wait for few more minutes to get it complete. You also need to assign a public IP to your EC2 instance if your agents are on different domain. So go to Elastic IP page and create one, after that assign the new Elastic IP to your Puppet Master. Okay, so the EC2 has been deployed successfully, as you can see the status in Puppet console. Also note down the public IP of EC2 instance. Okay, so in this lab we have created a T2 extra large EC2 instance, and in next lecture we will configure the Puppet server. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have time, feel free to move on to next lecture.